You ready to go? You ready? Hey. Hey, no rapping. In a westerly direction, this car is my train. I've been driving, I've been wondering what it is I run from again. Feel like an 80-year-old man holding on to 29. Up ahead on that horizon is a California line. Up ahead of trucks carrying by 3-5 house cut in half. He's not really into it tonight. Cute little front door. All right, enough doggy singing. Doggy singing, doggy singing. Doggy wasn't into it. Doggy's also a little gassy, but you know, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, pupper? All right. Beautiful. What's happening, good people? Welcome to the AI Learning Lab. Holy crap, there's 155 people in here. Sorry about that. If you haven't been here before, I kind of open these things lately by strumming a poorly tuned guitar with a poorly sung voice and a lovely melodic canine named Champ. Digital Gods, thank you so much. You're very generous as always. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. This is the AI Learning Lab. And what do we do here? It's Saturday night. we hang out here instead of having a real life. Because this AI stuff, you know what I'm saying? It's a bit captivating. It's a bit crack cocaine-y. But it's also not going away. And the whole purpose of this channel is to get curious about this stuff. So that's what it's about. So if you have questions about AI, pop them in the comments below. If one of your first thoughts is, but sir, what are your qualifications? May I inquire about your qualifications, good sir? It would be fantastic if we would know exactly what your qualifications are. Oh, rest assured, I have none. Okay. Which is good, because anyone right now that tells you they're an expert on this shit is lying. There are lots of experts on AI and machine learning, but there are no experts on generative AI and what they mean for anything, for work, for us personally, for the economy, any of it. But what I'm confident about and why this channel really exists is that anyone who gets curious and gets AI literate in the next 18 months is going to have massive amounts of opportunity. And people that resist it and don't do that are going to be caught, I think, off guard by how fast this stuff's moving. Just even since I've been doing these lives, like what these tools make possible and how you use them is completely different. Like it's completely different. And I feel as clueless as ever. So if you're feeling like I'm totally behind, what do I do? That feeling doesn't go away, that I've discovered. But you do understand a bit more where the edges of possibility are. And that's kind of what this is all about. So with that, that's what we're gonna do tonight. So hop in, buckle up, Buttercup. we're going on a ride out on a prairie. And then, if we get it right, then
you can make money with ChatGPT.
we can make money with ChatGPT. This lovely image is from Sherry D. She posted that in the AI Salon show and tell channel. So I'll talk about that, what the AI Salon is, in a bit. And where do we get started? Let's look and see what data analysis. Let's look and see what people are asking about in here and figure out where to start. I discovered there's a new OpenAI added a new superpower inside of the GPT maker, which I'm going to show you tonight. So if you hang out, I'll get to that at some point here. So that's super cool. Let's see what's everyone been doing. Cam Catkin. Hey, Kyle, how have you been doing? I've been doing really good. Did a little shopping today. We went to a mall, which was just, what is it with malls, man? They're fucking creepy. Then we went to Trader Joe's, and that was fine. And then I took a nappy. I got a haircut, too. Look. Eh? What? You're live making... I just got age restricted again. All right. Have I said anything? Whatever. Put your kids to bed. Oh, TikTok. What how are you doing? Champion like the B chord. Champy did like the B chord. That was a B7, I think. Oh, Dragonfly Alchemy, Kyle. Good evening. Good evening to you. Tobias, hello. Cosmic Lover, hello. AI friends. There's a pile of llamas. Champy tunes. Encourage more viewers to share. That's a good idea, but you're not afraid. So do me a favor. We were at 150, but then apparently I was saying things that young people couldn't hear, and we lost a bunch of people. So if you'd be so kind, share the live, and we'll get going. I'll share some things here, and maybe we can get some more people in here. So here's a fun game. Share the live with friends of yours that you know will be cranky if you send them something about AI. And I'll help him. I'll help him over the threshold. I'll carry him over the threshold. And we'll get started here. If you're new to this AI stuff, we'll have fun. We'll get you started. Irregulars. Oh, the irregulars, by the way, if you see people referring to the irregulars, those are the people who show up regularly. Get it? They came up with that name. I love it. It perfectly describes them. And me. It's a neurospicy friendly zone. So if you have any of the what do they call them? Twice exceptional. If you have any of the 3 times twice or thrice exceptional attributes, welcome. So do we. I'm a non-manual reading ADHDer from way back before we knew what it was called. Anyone have a weird Verizon experience today? Go on, Daily Crunch. What was your weird Verizon experience? That feels like that could be all over the place. Was there some sort of weird call? Did you just randomly get connected to other people? Was it at a Verizon store and there's some back room that nobody knew about? I feel like you just can't let that one hang in there, buddy. Irregulars equals dateless. That's not true. We've got each other. Let's call it that. It'll make us feel better. Lord Digital Gods. Yeah, so I tried to knight Digital Gods the other night. He got the title of title gifter because he sends a lot of roses. And so I told him I would start calling him Sir. Now he's already self-proclaimed Digital Gods, right? And so I think I know I'll be nice. I'll knight him, and I'll call him Sir Digital Gods. And what did he come back with? Not thank you, not oh you're so swell. A knighting would be awesome. No, he came back with it's Lord Digital Gods. It's Lord Digital Gods. So now he's Lord Digital Gods. That's what it's. I don't make up the rules. I just work here. All right, Lord is good. He's happy with Lord. This is good. We want to keep Lord Digital Gods happy. So, looking well coffeed tonight. Well, I'm well napped, and I am looking well coiffed. I thought you said well coffeed. Yeah, I got a haircut. So they trimmed off all of my extraneous hairs that just happen when you get this age. I don't know, any of you Gen Xers, what the fuck is with the hair just sprouting? It's like, oh, all right. I have no. That's good. Daily Crunch. I can't talk about it. Okay. Wow, that must have been a good one. A good Verizon experience. Nice. That's solid. The Baron of AI. Now, let's stop at Lord. I think we're good. Oh, good God. They say that excessive laughing might be caused by long and unprotected exposure to AI. AI is a blast, man. It's one of the things that an unexpected pleasure of doing this channel is, it's called the AI Learning Lab, and I thought, well, I'll teach people as I'm learning, right? And I had in my head it was going to be this more formal kind of thing. But I'm an idiot. And then these tools are just so fucking like instant and magical. And it allows you to just essentially play jazz while you're using them. And I was playing with Crea today. And it felt like jazz. Like it felt like playing jazz, like improvising. And it's a lot of fun, and the nature of this channel has gone from, me sort of talking and teaching to like a party where people are co-creating stuff and sharing it on the AI Salon site. It's a hell of a lot of fun. So, all right, let's get going. So how are we gonna do this? So, if you are brand new to the world of AI. If you've not used ChatGPT, I put a little session from that last night, or I don't know, sometime in the past week. I put a video up on my channel that was a session from a live talking about this thing. Go to ChatGPT right now. If you haven't played with it before, go there right now. And don't wait. Like, go right now. Like, while I'm rambling, just pop on over there. Fire up your laptop or iPad or drop on out of here. And just go start playing with it. I use ChatGPT for business and worry about accidentally pastes. I requested do not train. Yeah, you should. Anytime you're using these things with that are the commercial large language models like Bard and Copilot from Microsoft and ChatGPT and Claude, all of them, you're sending your data to a third party. Most of their agreements say that they can use your data to train their systems, which can make your data vulnerable. So good practice number one is don't send anything sensitive to them at all, or anonymize it first. That's something that we've started doing at Storyvine, my company, is if we're sending any data, we'll strip it of any identifying information or swap out information and then do the work we have to do there, and then we put the data back in later locally. The other thing that you can do is you can start exploring open source models. I was on Ann Murphy's got a Saturday afternoon GPT making party, and she had on this guy Aaron today who showed us all how to make like local servers and install local large language models and things like that. And it's a whole world in and of itself. But if you really want to get safe with your data, don't send the data outside of your little thing. It's alchemy, Kyle. It's true. Mary, this is bigger than the sum of our own parts. Yep, absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. It's increasingly feeling. These tools are increasingly feeling. I think why they feel magical is they feel less like tools. They feel less like robots and more like you're collaborating with the sum total of humanity. And that's kind of what we're doing with them, right? They've all been trained on the data that we've dumped onto the public internet, and and when you interact with them, it kind of amalgamates them sort of in the direction that you're trying to go. And people from years past somehow get amalgamated into your answer. And it's kind of what we're doing. It's kind of a hallucination. Andrei Karpathy talked about the hallucinations as a feature, not a bug. That ChatGPT is just in this constant dream state, and you're just sort of pulling stuff out of the ethos of humanity, which is really, really fascinating. It took ChatGPT months and months to grant enterprise to my company. They are really backed up. Yeah, exactly. I think you have to spend 10 or 15 grand a month minimum to even be considered for a ChatGPT enterprise license. They did say when they announced enterprise subscriptions that they would have a small business, like a self-service thing, but we haven't heard anything about that since they announced it. That was 6 months or so ago. Let's see. It's not alchemy. Stop treating it like it's incomprehensible magic. No, Pate, it is. Well, no, it's comprehensible calculations that occur as magic. It's the what's Arthur C. Clarke, isn't it his quote? Any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. We're both right. It's math that occurs like magic. It's really cool math. When you understand how these tools work, and I will keep talking about it as magic. I will. Because it's like I mean, the look at Crea, this site that is probably not smart for me to go live with, but this is this thing where you move, sign up. I'm God, here we go with the login parade. Am I good? All right, are we good to go? All right, so here's this site where we're just sort of moving shapes around in space, and it's rendering something over there on the right. I did a cool thing this afternoon. What did I do? I went to custom background. I went to textures. I grabbed that one. So you got that as the input. You got that as the output. So the output is some little prompt here. So I'll roll the dice. So dystopian cityscape, rebels with elemental powers akin to action-packed shounen anime. All right, that's cool. I got to be careful here when I do these live. So I nearly got permanently banned by using this tool live one day. So let's Majestic fortress in the clouds. All right, let's go. Let's go put in a different input image. Let's do that one. There's a fortress in the clouds. All right, good. And then now we'll go grab a shape. We'll do a pyramid. And we'll change the color of that pyramid to some deep dark purple. All right. I mean, yes, this is math. But this is occurring as magic. And then you sort of, over here you can change the models from illustration or cinematic to illustration to bloom, whatever the hell that is, to product. I don't even know what those do. Let's go grab a circle here. Oops. Ooh, that was cool. Oh no. Ooh, neat. Look at that. And it made that little space over there to the right. That's cool. Now let's make another circle up here. And let's make it... Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Look at that. Come on. How cool is that? That's cool, Kyle. That's what I'm saying. I know it's not magic. I know it's math. But damn it. And I mean, this tool... And then there's also, like, I discovered another thing about this tool today. There's this button here, this quick enhance, that I don't quite know what it does, but it does something. And then, let's see, let's go. Can I go back to where I was? Sort of. Interesting. Huh. This is, by the way, the website here is Crea, Krea.ai. I don't know. I just think this stuff is cool. I don't like that. I go out and back in. That one's pretty cool. Whoa. Hmm? There we go. All right, that's done. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy the image. I'm going to go over to the AI Salon, and I'm going to go to the show and tell channel. So I'll talk about the AI Salon here in a second. And I'm going to share this. Another Crea creation. Oh, wait, I'm going to do Crea creation. Get it? Kreation? Huh? Another Crea creation. And then I'll do hashtag images, and I'll do hashtag irregulars for the community here, and then I'll do hashtag Crea. Although there's enough Crea in that it is findable. Post. Beautiful. So there you go. You can go Be inspired by that. I find that inspiring. So what's cool about Crea is just this idea that, it's if you've gotten really good at MidJourney prompting, for example, now all of a sudden we're using shapes and background images and in conjunction with prompts, and then I like and it is maddeningly unpredictable right now, and there's something beautiful about that. And so what's the skill here? So if you were not good at MidJourney prompting, you might be really good at this, right? There's going to be people that are kick-ass at Crea creations that are going to be crappy at MidJourney creations, and vice versa. And then same with the video tools, same with the music tools. Like, all of these tools are going to start having different kinds of interfaces and inputs and things like that. Crazy, crazy, crazy. What was I going to show you? Oh, I was going to show you the new thing. So if you've made GPTs, I'm over in ChatGPT, and I can sort of go over. I can take this wherever anyone wants to take it. If you have specific questions about ChatGPT, I'm happy to demo things. There's a new, if you create a GPT, you go to Explore, and then at the top of the Explore tab, there's this Create GPT. And the way it works is, over here you create the GPT. You can just talk it into existence. They basically put ChatGPT 4 as the interface to create one of these things. It's a customized version of ChatGPT. But one of the things that you can do if you click on the Configure tab is you can do things like, upload your own data for to use as the knowledge base. You can turn on and off capabilities like web browsing, image creation, and code interpreter. And then there's also this thing, create a new action. So an action is basically an API call to an outside party. So let's say you wanted to do a GPT where you want to recommend activities for someone's vacation. You could use the API to Google Maps to put pins on a Google map. And you would use an API for that. Well, they just added a new thing in here. And is it down? Yeah, here it is. Okay. So this is some geeky stuff. You can import from a URL if you've got the API schema. You can import it from a URL, or you can type your own. So you can type in code for the schema. But if you don't know a ton about API stuff, this will eventually get easier. But what they've done is they've built in here this new thing called Action GPT. So you can say you launch Action GPT, and this is a GPT to help you create APIs in your GPT. So you could say, I want you to explain APIs to me like I have a. Well, no, that's because it'll use weird references. Like I am a fifth grader. I want to connect my GPT to Google Maps so I can drop pins on the map. Can you help? Question mark. And then, sure, imagine you have a toy, your GPT program, and you want that toy to play with another toy, Google Maps. Very cool. But these toys speak different languages. An API is like a translator that helps them understand each other. Okay, that's good. I can understand that. I can get down with that. Now, to connect the GPT to Google Maps and drop pins on the map, you would use a specific part of the Google Maps API. The part that understands commands like put a pin here on the street or show me where this city is on the map. Here's a basic example of how you would describe this OpenAI it in an OpenAI specification, which is like a set of instructions for how your GPT should use the translator to talk to Google Maps. And then it gives you the code. And it teaches you how to do this. So these tools are already super powerful. Them adding this sort of stepping stool for doing more sophisticated applications in GPT is really powerful. And this, quite frankly, is just like a Band-Aid to, they're probably getting a lot of people reaching out going, how do I do this? I don't know what I'm doing. So they tossed this together. It's trained on the OpenAI 3.0 spec for how to write their, whatever they call it, the OpenAI, the 3.0 of the OpenAI specification for how to call APIs. This will eventually get very transparent and you won't need to know shit. But anyway, I wanted to share that because that's super cool. I think that's super cool. Ain't that cool? Ain't that cool? It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. Isn't it cool? Isn't it cool? All right. You think that's cool? I think that's cool. All right. Fantastic, Bob. Tell him what he's won. You won a new car. Problem is, you're going to have to pay taxes on that car. We're not giving you shit. So here's your new car, and you owe $27,382.
Something went wrong. Please try again.
Oh, something did go wrong, Siri. Could you please go away? Siri?
Uh-huh.
Go away.
Okay.
I subscribe to MidJourney and have no idea what I'm even doing. That's okay, Tams. It's okay. None of us know what we're doing. There's a new version of MidJourney coming out that's in alpha right now. If you've made more than 10,000 images, you get access to that. I have not, so I don't have access to it. But you're going to be able to make the images on the web. So right now you have to learn... Oh yeah, that's a good idea, Silver Fox. Right now, you have to learn Discord a bit and how to do things within it. But Silver Fox, it's a really good idea. So let me show you how we can play with that. Okay, so I am over here on the AI Salon Discord. We have a MidJourney channel here. So I assume how you invoke one of these is, /imagine in the MidJourney channel, and then you type in a prompt. Make me a photograph of a 70s muscle car in an abandoned factory. Okay, so, and then you hit return and it'll go off and it'll make your images. There are all sorts of ways you can modify your prompts to give you better images. And so one of the things you can do, the Silver Fox suggested, which is a really good idea, is go over to ChatGPT, or you can go to copilot.microsoft.com, or you can go to Claude. You can go to a lot of different places. I'm going to use ChatGPT 4 because ChatGPT 4 is connected to the internet. So one of the things I can say with ChatGPT 4 is, please go find me information on how to write good MidJourney prompts and let me know what you discover. And hopefully it'll go off, say, doing research with Bing. So searching for how to write good MidJourney prompts. All right, camera, lens type. So this is describing all of the things that MidJourney is good at. Okay? You don't have to read this shit. You can. It's fascinating, right? It's good at camera and lens types. It's actually not good at that, but using them does affect the image. Lighting, it's good at lighting. It's good at colors. It's good at facial expressions, emotions, fashions, references, iteration and improvement, image prompts. Okay, so it understands that stuff. please improve my MJ prompt of, what did I say? 70s? I think I said photo of a 70s muscle car in an abandoned factory. And it didn't like that, did it? Regenerate. All right, here we go. So what it wrote was a detailed photograph of a classic 70s muscle car, gleaming cherry red with bold racing stripes, parked amidst the haunting, dilapidated surroundings of an abandoned factory. The scene is ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. It goes on. Broken windows. The lighting is dim and moody with shafts of light filtering through the... It's funny, the shafts of light filtering through the broken windows. I've added that to my prompt. So it kind of understands the intent here because it's ChatGPT 4 and it's fucking amazing. And so now we'll go back to... so here's our images that MidJourney created with the shitty prompt, which aren't bad because MidJourney rocks. But now we're going to go /imagine. And then I'm just going to paste in what ChatGPT came up with. I'm also going to add --AR, which stands for aspect ratio. And then I'm going to go 16:9, which is makes it a wide image rather than a square image. So there's lots of those little modifiers you can add to MidJourney prompts, but that's one that I just use a lot because I like the 16:9 aspect ratio because it looks like looks like a movie. And here we go, and we'll see the difference between these two. So yeah, that's cool. Na. Go away. Okay. Siri is lurking. Siri's so jealous. It's like an app that works like Zapier, but much easier to use. Which one are you talking about? Note that you will need to get your own API key for each service, but that's easy to get. Yeah. I needed help with APIs for real. Well, this is now my evening. All right, so here's our new images in the MidJourney. I'm going to copy this, and we're going to go of a classic 1970s. Let's do Barracuda, gleaming lime green. I just think it'll look better. It'll look better. It'll look more better. Oops. Oh, this I do all the time. So if you copy and paste a prompt and you don't put /imagine in front of it, you just blast a prompt into the thing and nothing happens. Sometimes I'll be sitting there for like 2 minutes, like, when's it gonna start rendering? And I was like, oh, it's not. Because you got to type in /imagine and then pop your prompt in there. All right, so that's off doing that. All right, fantastic. Is MidJourney still free for new users? No, it's not. But here's something that is free for new users. While that's doing that, let's jump over here. Here's something that's free for all users. We'll go to one of these GPT windows or tabs, and I'll go copilot.microsoft.com. And this is Microsoft's version of ChatGPT 4 for free. So here's the deal. They just opened up subscriptions to ChatGPT 4 at OpenAI's site again. if you can afford the $20 a month, I think that's absolutely worth your worth investing in, because ChatGPT 4 is that good. If you can't afford the $20 a month, or you're just done with all these monthly subscriptions, Copilot's free. Now, it's in my opinion, it's not anywhere near as good as ChatGPT 4, but it is sitting on top of the GPT-4 large language model. So the foundation of this is the same. And built into this is DALL-E 3, which is also built into ChatGPT 4. So over here, I can also pop in that same same prompt. I can't do a wide aspect ratio, but I can type in the same prompt here, and it will go make me that image as well for free. All right, so it's giving me compliments. Is it going to go? It didn't make it. It just complimented me on my description. Please make this image. All right, so let's pop back over here. So there's our lime green barracuda. Sweet, nice. There's your. That's the image that I like. And then the other thing within MidJourney, so it gives you these 4 images, and then you have U1 through 4 and V1 through 4. So and it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. And U stands for upscale, V stands for variable or something like that. It gives you 4 different versions of the image. So I like image number 2 here a lot. But let me see what variations I get of it. So if I click on V2, it's now going to give me 4 variations of that. And I'll go show that. I'm sorry, but I'm not capable of creating images. What? Oh, God. I told you, Microsoft is weird, man. Okay, it does, but sometimes it gives you the version with DALL-E in it. Sometimes it doesn't. Oh, I said, please mail this image. Maybe that's not it. Make an image as described above. Huh. That is so weird. So if you go to, I wonder if I can do this/create. Let me try something here. Hang on. No. Okay. Go to bing.com/create, bing.com/create. And that'll take you, this is basically just DALL-E 3. So I'm going to now pop in the big old prompt that we did before. I'm going to say create. And then this will create our images. All right, let's hop back over to Discord. So here are I kind of like that one in the upper left there. Do I like that one better? Yeah, I do. Okay. So so now I like this one here. So I'm going to do upscale 1. So I'll hit U1 to upscale it. And then it upscales it. And there's all sorts of cool things that we can do here. There's vary by region. So let's say I want how does this work? I haven't used this in a while. So I'm going to put that there. How do I prompt it? Submit. Vary region. Well, anyway, I don't know how to use that tool. I thought I did. I thought you were supposed to be able to put a prompt in for that image. But I guess not. I don't know how to use that. But you can also upscale it. You can upscale it 2 times or 4 times. So if I upscale this 4 times, this is going to give me like a 4K image of this beautiful dilapidated factory. Have you ever tried Microsoft Designer? I have. I've played with it a little bit. It's kind of like a Canva competitor, but Canva's been around longer, so it's okay. It's pretty good. Here's what Microsoft came up with. These are actually really nice. I'm a fan of DALL-E. It's not as photographic. It's the images aren't as sophisticated, but I feel like they tend to be more just accurate to the prompt. But it's a very different style than MidJourney, you know? It's a very different style. Let's see. Is this the 4x upscaler? Yeah, upscaling 4x. Okay, so that's still going. All right. I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that. That's totally what fucking Copilot just did to me. I can't believe that. In fact, let me go back to that. I don't buy that this is not. I thought you had Dolly 3 available. Do you? Question mark. Huh. Very weird. Very, very weird. Let's go to Bing.com. And go to chat within Bing.com. So this is going to look exactly like what we just saw. What I've noticed is in the token count of the prompt, sometimes this says 0 out of 2,000. Sometimes it says 0 out of 4,000. So if it says 0 out of 2,000, I don't think it's the version that has DALL-E in it. Make this image. Paste. I'll try to create that. So Bing.com has it. If you go to chat.bing.com, that has it. If you go to bing.com/create, that's that image site that I just showed you. This one. Image creator from Microsoft in preview. But if you go to copilot.microsoft.com, which is ostensibly the exact same thing as this, it doesn't make it. So just one of the things that you'll hear over and over again in this channel, if you keep coming back, is I just talk about all these AI tools right now being janky pieces of shit. This is a perfect example where this thing worked fine yesterday, and today it doesn't. Why? It doesn't matter. I don't know. Just assume that anything you want to do with these tools right now is going to disappoint you. All right. Public GPTs don't have to be attached to a site. More work is required if that's what you're doing. Yes. Yeah, and there's one of the things that I've noticed TikTok creators and YouTubers conflating right now with GPTs is there's YouTubers out there making videos on making GPTs, and then they go to the developer site, the OpenAI playground, and they're using the OpenAI assistant builder, which is like building a GPT, but it's not a fucking GPT. Those are two different sites. Those are two different doors to go through. One is for developers, one is for mere mortals. If you're not a developer and you don't have an OpenAI API account, those videos are confusing as fuck. So I wish people would stop doing that. Like Pate, you'll appreciate this out of my mouth. Like accuracy matters. Like precision in language is important. So if you say you're making a GPT, that implies that you're going in through the consumer interface, and then when you don't, it confuses people. Don't do that, you ninnies. All right, so Copilot. Wait. Oh, that's Bing.com. Yeah. Okay. Let me see if my 4x upscale happened. Here's my 4x upscale. So open in browser. And let's zoom in here. Like the detail here is beautiful. Right? Beautiful. That's beautiful. So MidJourney has big ass upscaling right natively in the thing. And then also apparently MidJourney 6 is about to come out. So there's a couple of things about to happen with MidJourney. It's about to you'll be able to make images on the website instead of in Discord, which is, from what I can tell, like everyone's response to it. Damn straight, Kyle. You know what's up. That's right, man. Precision's where it's at, Pate. This isn't magic. This is fucking math. Everybody knows that. So it's going to become much easier to make good images in MidJourney, and version 6 is supposed to be coming out soon. They're on version 5 point whatever right now, 5.1, 5.2, something like that. Version 6 is supposed to be coming out, and it looks like it's going to do crazy stuff, and I think it's going to just natively generate in 4x, or you might have to upscale stuff. It would make sense for them to generate it in 1024 by 1024 and then upscale it, but who knows. Anyway, that's pretty slick. Pretty slick, people. Pretty slick. So I hope that helped whoever was saying, I just got my MidJourney subscription, I don't know what to do. I know it's kind of all over the place there, but I want to give you options. This is Chat ADD. Claire's doing some kick-ass art in here. That's really cool. Beautiful. Beautiful. I like it a lot. All right, let's see. Fantastic. Has the feature to add information to ChatGPT prompts been integrated in creating add information to ChatGPT prompts been integrated into your own GPT? Yes. So let's go play around with GPTs. Let me show you a couple of things here. Let me just explain the interface a little bit. Hold on a sec. The Denver climate has absorbed all of my hydration. Hold, please. The throat, she's closing up. Okay. If you're at ChatGPT and you don't have a subscription, you're at ChatGPT 3.5. I don't even think you'll see these things on the left, these circles. These are called GPTs, which are custom versions of ChatGPT. So I don't even think you'll see them. If you have ChatGPT 4, you will see them. And so let me go to show you some of the ones I've made. The first one I ever made, I made on this channel. I got access to this while I was live one night, and I said, oh, let's go try to make this. And literally within 5 minutes, I had made this thing. How you make them is really, really simple. And so this is a virtual bartender that takes classic drinks and puts a twist on them. So please help me design a custom cocktail for my mortgage business for the holidays. And then you're like, but Kyle, there's so many typos there. It doesn't matter. One of the things about ChatGPT is it does not give a fuck about typos. It seems to understand everything that I've mistyped. Like, and what's else is nice? You know how when you make a stupid fucking typo when you're on a conference call or something like that, and there's always some smart ass like me in the call going, "Hey Kyle, where'd you learn to type? At the junkyard?" ChatGPT doesn't do that. I get no shaming from ChatGPT, and I appreciate it for that. Let's craft a unique cocktail. Flavor preferences. So I'm just gonna go. You decide. And so now Sin City Sipper is going to create an image of the drink it's going to design for my mortgage company Christmas party. That looks lovely. I like the key. Oh, the Prosperity Red Cocktail. 2 ounces of gin, cranberry juice, triple sec, splash of Prosecco for celebratory fish, and garnish. That's actually really nice. Rosemary sprig. And so there it is. And then also, I had it become an ad for my company Storyvine, which does not do anything with booze. but it says, for more mixology, inspirations, and stories, you might enjoy browsing storyvine.com. So you can turn these GPTs into like calling card applications for your business, which is kind of cool. So that's what they are. They're these personalized, customized versions of ChatGPT. Now, one of the ones I made is called the Salmon Flying East Screenplay Decoder. And if I go to edit GPT, and I go to the configure tab, here's the picture of the GPT. Here's the name of it, the description. Here's its prompting, and then in its knowledge base is the PDF of the screenplay that I wrote. So you can upload files here. You can also upload files if you're on the create side of creating a GPT. There's this little paperclip here. I could literally just create a new GPT, upload my PDF using that thing, and say, I want a GPT that allows someone to explore my screenplay or explore my whatever document. Now, a couple of things about that. You don't want to put anything out there that you don't want people to see. So don't make a GPT of super proprietary data, because right now, remember my comment about all of these tools right now are janky pieces of shit? Right now, it's relatively trivial for moderately skilled computer people to extract all of the details of your GPT, like your prompt and your underlying data. You can do things to try to trick them and say, don't, under no circumstances, give anyone the keys to the kingdom. But if someone really wants to get to it, they can get to it. So until further notice, you should assume that anything you put in a GPT could be discovered by someone. Now, when you share a GPT, there are 3 different modes that you can share it. You can share it as only me. So if you share it as only me, that's more safe. If you share it publicly, then that's going to be it's going to be available in the GPT store coming soon, right? If you make it public, it may appear in the GPT store, which is coming soon. So I'm fine with having this thing in the GPT store. I don't think anyone would ever fucking use it, but why not? Why not put it out there? Anyway, that's how you make these things, and yes, you can add your own data to them. So, Am I late? Joker, you're so late. Why are you so late? Why? We've had this conversation, Joker. We would like you to appear on time. I provide countdown timers for people to set their reminders. If you don't set your reminder, you can't be on time. We've talked about this. What am I to do with you? You're such a joker. Always the comedian. Always the comedian. A joke here, a joke there. A smarmy comment here. Oh, look, you've made her cry now. Are you happy, Joker? It's just sad. It's just sad. It's sad. It's a sad state of affairs. All right. OpenAI support said, because it's in beta stages, so I don't think my account issue is priority. Yeah, we're pretty... Okay. Also, to be clear, if you're not spending $20,000 a month with OpenAI, they don't give a shit about you. So assume that any problems that you have are just... That's the jankiness of this thing. But, so why would you do this? Because... We've got to learn how to use these tools. We've got to understand what they make possible. Why do we have to do that? Because they're going to be ubiquitous. Everyone is trying to catch up to OpenAI right now. So OpenAI put out this thing called ChatGPT last November. There's a new piece in the New York Times that talks about all of what's been going on with ChatGPT. November 29th, the team that put together ChatGPT got together for drinks, and they figured they might get 5,000 comments on a tweet. They got 1 million users in 5 days. They got 100 million users in 6 weeks. OpenAI had no clue, zero clue, that ChatGPT, that anyone was going to give a shit. GPT-3 had been out for 2 years. You could basically do what ChatGPT was for 2 years before this. In fact... Fantastic little piece of trivia. In the documentation for GPT-3 were the instructions for how to build ChatGPT. Sitting out there for everyone to build. Do you know who built it? No one. 0 developers. It was sitting there for 2 years. Year and a half, whatever it was. And so Microsoft is getting ready to announce their $1 billion investment in OpenAI. And Sam Altman said, hey, we should probably have something we could point people to demonstrate this technology that's not quite so geeky as the developer playground. Why don't you whip up that ChatGPT that no one's built? They had 2 weeks. They built ChatGPT in 2 weeks. And 100 million people were using it within 6 weeks. It's unprecedented. To put it in context, the World Wide Web, to get to 100 million users, took 6 years. ChatGPT took 6 weeks. Because of that single thing, that so many people, with zero advertising, it was all word of mouth. Every single tech company, including Meta was all in on the fucking metaverse. They changed the name of their company to Meta, as in metaverse. They don't talk about metaverse anymore. They're talking about AI now. Google said, holy shit, we got to bring back Larry Page and Sergey Brin to run this thing because holy fucking shit, this threatens our business model. Like every single tech company has been going all in trying to catch up to ChatGPT for a year now. And so what's going to happen is it looks like Google is close with Gemini Ultra, though it's not out yet, but they're Google. They invented this shit. The T in GPT is transformer. That is the core piece of technology that makes all of what we're playing with right now possible. ChatGPT inhaled the internet in how long? It took them, well, I don't know exactly for each iteration. There was GPT-1, GPT-2, GPT-3, 3.5, 4, 4.5. And I assume they're working on 5 right now. It was years. I think it was like 2 or 3 years it took them. So basically, once they realized that with the transformer, people weren't just idly sitting by in the AI game. They were just focusing on many other models. Yeah, that's a good point, Pete. Yeah, like AI and machine learning has been around for decades. People were actively developing it. The transformer is this very specific flavor of it that lets you train machine learning models on massive data sets. OpenAI, the thing they focused most on is let's get as much data as we can. And so what they chose to focus on is as much of the public internet as they could basically categorize and point this thing at. And I think that they've focused on that better than other people, which is why their thing is better than other models. Now, Google has all of the data. We gave Google all of our data years ago, decades ago. They've got all of the data. They got all the YouTube data. They got all the Instagram data. They got all our research data. They've got every website. They've indexed they've got it all, right? So it makes sense that a model that Google builds is going to be quite capable. But it's taken them a year to catch up. They still haven't launched it yet, right? So they've launched the medium. They've launched what's effectively the GPT 3.5 version of Gemini is launched. If you go to bard.google.com, it's good. It's better than it's better than it used to be. And that's the Gemini Pro model. The Gemini Ultra model is coming out probably in March or something like that, sometime in the new year. And that's going to be really good. But like this stuff's not going away. Like everyone is trying to catch up to these guys. And so the result is going to be 2024 is going to be fucking insanity with just feature after feature from company after company, all one-upping one another. And so our ability as users of this stuff to keep up with it is essentially going to be impossible. But that's what this channel's about. AI analyzed my MRI, apparently. Probably. Makes sense. I think when it comes to medical stuff, anywhere where human lives are involved, those are always, not always, those are going to be human augmented for a long, long time. Is it a lack of creativity that stops people using these AI? It's a great question, Ashu. I think it's a couple of things. I think just change is scary, for one thing. There's absolutely a misconception that to use AI, you have to be an engineer, a mathematician, a scientist, a genius, a mad person. And up until November of last year, that was effectively true, right? If you went to the OpenAI playground, you could sort of do ChatGPT, but there were these things called like temperature, and you had to choose which model you used, and there was like the completion mode, and then the categorization mode, and there are all these different modes. Like you had to like use your brain, and if you tried to go to Google and use TensorFlow, you had to know math, and programming and coding and understand things like inferences and embeddings, and like it was a lot. So it was true until November 30th of last year. ChatGPT does for AI and machine learning what the World Wide Web did for the internet. So the internet historically was command line systems that you would connect this server to that server, and you would gopher in and FTP your files over there, and you had to be geeky. And then Tim Berners-Lee said, why don't we make a protocol, HTTP, the Hypertext Transfer Protocol is what that stands for. And hypertext is the underlined word. And the transfer is you click on it and it transfers you over to another server and another website with a click. And so what went from being command line inputs turned into point and click. And the web revolutionized everything. Business, commerce, marketing, all of it. ChatGPT does the same thing for this. So I think one of the other reasons people are intimidated by it is they think they need to be more technical than they do. And then there's just every time there's a new technology, there's resistance to it. There's fear of it. There's anger about it. You know, there were when the printing press came out, the church lost their ever-loving minds and went after the printing press people. When digital cameras came out, the film guys went after the digital photo people and said, digital photos aren't real. That's not real photography. You heathen technologist with your utopian pixels. and then it, you know, it did what it did. Every single technological advancement that's been significant is met with this kind of resistance. It's going to ruin jobs. The steam engine, the tractor. What are those poor farmers going to do? They moved to cities and invented cities. like whole new things were created because of that. So, but every single one of these, there's been this kind of resistance. So, and it's one of the reasons. I guess I should talk about the AI Salon. So I created this group a year ago called the AI Salon. We started it the week after ChatGPT came out. And what it is, it's like, hi, my name is Kyle. I'm into AI. Hi, Kyle. So if you go to the salon.ai, it's a link tree. There's 3 links there. The first one is a link to our Mighty Networks, which is a community where we get together. And then the second one is the meetups. So we meet every other week. We got a meeting coming up this Tuesday. We got an author of a book that wrote a book on branding for AI and branding. He wrote it along with Terry Spataro, who's spoken at the Salon before. And so we have these meetings, and then there's also a merch store there. So we just created our new logo. So if you end up buying any of the merch, it supports the Salon. The Salon doesn't cost anything. So if you go to the Salon, let me point out a couple of things for you to look at. So the Show and Tell channel is the channel where I uploaded that Crea image, and it's where people can upload images. Whack-a-mole. That's good. They can upload these images that they're creating, which are super cool. That's neat. What's that? Kyle's keyboard for those spelling challenges. So that's the Show and Tell channel. But when you first get here, go to the Welcome to the Salon channel, and it'll tell you about what we're up to and like who we are, why we do what we do, and what our values are. Things like curiosity and generosity and exploration and collaboration and inclusion and empathy. So go read those and make sure that you resonate with the values, because while I want the Salon to grow, I want it to grow with people that are up to the same stuff. And then in the spirit of generosity, one of our values, go to the Introduce Yourself section and introduce yourself and be generous. Share a latest image that you made. Talk about what you do. Talk about what your hobbies are. Talk about where you are on this AI journey. Even if it's like, I don't have a fucking clue, because none of us do. And then go to the Show and Tell channel. And as I'm rambling here tonight, if you decide to hang out, just make images and go show them in the Show and Tell channel. All right? Isn't that cool? There's so many cool images in here. What's that one? That one's pretty. I want to go there. That's a Crea image from Ted. Nice. Oh, that's beautiful. Who loves who, Waby? What? Barbara Brecker. That's pretty funny. I was just pushing this thing around with mediums. I assume that's a Crea image. That's cool. Papa JJ. Nice. Claire Jacobs, she's been doing such good work. Nice. The cookie, Danielle Be Not Afraid created a GPT that's an iced cookie GPT. So it'll make iced cookies for you. So a lot of people are doing that sort of stuff. Can you send over the Blantons? That'll be great. Champy in the background. Oh, I see a little Photoshop. Somebody did a little Photoshop action in there. I assume it didn't get that right, Sherry D, or did it? That looks like Photoshop to me. Updated version. Did you fix the... Yeah, can you send over? Yeah, that's great. She did the updated version. Very cool. And then is this also Danielle? Yeah, Be Not Afraid. She also made a snow globe maker, a snow globe GPT. So you can go find all these people and all this cool shit in the salon. Look at Ted used the the cookie maker to do the Kevin McAllister moment cookies. Those are actually awesome. They're great. There's that image that I used to start the show tonight. Oh, that's beautiful. Santa's not playing around this Christmas. That's really good. All right. Let me get some water. If you want me to demo anything, I'm happy to do that. If you want me to answer questions, I'm happy to do that. If you're like, Kyle, just, you know what? This is good. We're good tonight. Just, be done. Just let me know. I'll take this wherever you want to take it. The hair's look, the hair is I got product in the hair at the barber. That is some solid glue. That's fucking glue. Does anyone know about kiosks that could draw folks to a particular URL website? How to make? Firefly, there are whole companies that specialized in kiosk making. I would go ask ChatGPT 4, say, I want to create a kiosk. Explain to me what the process is and what the latest technology is. And have it go search the web. And it'll probably give you a list of companies and what the technology is. At its simplest form, a kiosk is a stand with a touch screen on it. There are probably open source and commercial versions of software to make the interface easier. There are companies that just do that for you. It's probably all over the place. But again, these days with a tool like ChatGPT, it's a relatively straightforward process. I don't know what you want your kiosk to do, so you might need to do some application development. But there's probably some software out there that makes it relatively easy to make that. I would also, let me go look. I bet on Amazon there are standalone kiosks you can just pop a computer into. Amazon kiosk stand, kiosk floor stand, kiosk display. Yeah, I mean, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. I know what it is. The company I worked for had the first in the U.S. for Ford circa 2002. Then I might not know what you're asking then. I still have an old computer with Windows 98. I watch there's a TikToker I watch who does like video game restorations, and he just got a $6,000 book scanner for free on Facebook Marketplace. And it had like a Canon EOS camera in it. It had like a 24 gigabyte Surface Pro as the computer. Like it was basically just a bunch of commercial hardware stuck into a fancy case. And he got it working again, which was pretty cool. If you want to have fun, just download a Docker image of old OSs and run it. Oh, that's kind of cool. The AI meme images are taking over. I don't know what that means. AI NPC music reviews. Which memes? Just AI images in general? Oh, the spelling and the math in AI is lol. It is Kev Talk, but get your laughs out now. Because if Q Star does what Q Star is reported to do, which we don't know yet, and OpenAI has cracked reasoning and math, then this shit's going to get better real quick. So we're going to look back at 2023 and the early part of 2024 nostalgically. Remember when hands used to look like this and it couldn't do math? Because it's gonna get good real quick. But yeah, right now this stuff is a mess. They're all janky pieces of shit. I somehow configured my LLM interface so that it can run on my phone remotely. That's interesting. Leonardo demo? I can do that, Jim Buckley. Caveat, I haven't used Leonardo in a while, so every time I log into it, the interface seems to change. But I can show you the main components of it, and then you can go play. So let me go show you something. So I'm on the AI Salon. In the AI Salon, right under the Show and Tell channel is an AI tools and resources link or section or whatever they call this, a space. And I put in here top recommendations of tools. So here's ChatGPT, here's other large language models, here's specialty large language models, here's image creation. So in here I've got DALL-E, MidJourney, Crea, which now I think is worth having on this list, Leonardo and Firefly. So Leonardo's in here. If you want to go play with it, you can play along. Let me explain the different ones. So DALL-E 3 is ChatGPT's, it's OpenAI's image generation model. This you access via Microsoft Bing and ChatGPT. MidJourney's a standalone company. They got to like 200 million in revenue with 40 employees. I think they're doing pretty well. But DALL-E 3, I think, probably took a big bite out of them. They've also been very slow to move from Discord to the web, but that seems to be happening. So don't count them out. If you want high quality images, MidJourney's still the way to go, especially if you're doing art. Crea is this new sort of real-time crazy thing. It also does upscaling. Leonardo is built on top of Stable Diffusion. And I call it a Stable Diffusion web wrapper, which basically just means this is a website where they're taking a lot of the functionality of the Stable Diffusion ecosystem, which is all open source, and they're making it available as a website. And then Adobe Firefly is from Adobe, and if you're in a commercial operation, that's probably the way to go. But Leonardo, let's go play with it. So I'm going to log in, launch the app. So it's app.leonardo.ai. I'm going to log in here. Platform overview. Okay, it all looks... Let's go. Okay, they've changed the interface. So across the top here, it used to have different models you could use. And that seems to be gone now. So they've got image generation, real-time canvas, which I assume is like outpainting, the canvas editor. And they've got motion now. Motion is coming soon. Hang on, I gotta make this stuff bigger. Edit, refine, add details, remove unwanted elements. Yeah, canvas editor, real-time canvas, transform your sketches into art in real time. Oh, so this is just like Crea. Oh yeah, start drawing here. Yeah, so this is just like Crea. So Leonardo now has this real-time thing. Very cool. Is there a prompt here? Oh, here's the prompt. Type a prompt. Okay. All right. Let me exit to the editor. Let me get out of here. Okay, so they've got image generation, they've got real-time canvas, which is like Crea. They've got canvas editor, which is like in painting and out painting, and then they're going to have motion. So again, because this is based on stable diffusion, motion is going to be stable video diffusion is what that tool's called. Okay. So if I go to image generation, the other thing I can do, like a lot of the image creation tools out there, you can just kind of scroll through. This is a community feed of what the community's working on. Like all of these art communities, it's a lot of fantasy babes because internet. But then if I go to image generation, this is pretty much just like Bing Create or like Ideogram or any of the sites, MidJourney, any of the sites where you create content. You've got different models you can choose from. So there's like Leonardo Diffusion XL. So that's their version of, and see, it's got Alchemy 2 in it, Alchemy V2. So these are sort of customized versions of the SDXL model, right? Leonardo Diffusion, Leonardo Vision XL, AI Albedo Base XL. I don't know what that is. Do these explain what they are? No. You've got SDXL 09. You've got Anime Pastel. So there's all sorts of different models you can play with. So we'll just leave it here. I'll do the one that I did before. I'll do 70s muscle car in an abandoned factory. The other nice thing about Leonardo, unless they've changed this as well, they give you 150 credits a day. It takes about 10 credits to make an image, so 150 credits isn't 150 images. It's more like 15, but it's free. So there's our abandoned 70s muscle car. Like these models are all now getting pretty solid, pretty solid things. Okay, so the other thing about this is there's all sorts of switches and dials. So down the left-hand side here, you can turn on or off Alchemy V2. So what's this talk about? Upgrade now to take advantage of Alchemy. It's hyper photorealistic, prompt magic V3, Alchemy pipeline, Alchemy presets. So Alchemy is their fancy version that you can upgrade to get. You can do different image dimensions. You can do square ones, horizontal ones, vertical ones. You can upload an image. Image inputs have moved to image guidance tab. Show me. So the image guidance tab is now here. So I can now upload an image to use as the source. So let's go grab an image and see that. Like I said, I am figuring this out on the fly because they keep changing everything. Okay, let's do a Radio Shack TRS-80. That was the first computer I learned to program BASIC on. All right, so that's our input, and then we're going to go futuristic computer styled like 70s computer. And I can change the strength of the image, like adhere to the image. It was down at 30. I'll move it up to 60. We'll see how that does. And this is going to use 11 credits. It's given me a little error that says my image uploaded was a 3:2 aspect ratio, and I'm generating in I think a 16:9 aspect ratio. So it's telling me something's off, which is cool. But so Leonardo is very much, if you like to tinker, if you like to flip the switches and do like that, it's really good. If you don't, something like DALL-E is better for you. Let's see. Did this generate my images? Add up to 4 layers of image guidance. What? Generation history. Are these? Oh, these are all. It kept it. Okay, I probably should have kept it back at 30. All right, let's see. I'll go back over here. All right, so it's generating these things now. I'm going to show you one other thing on Leonardo. So okay, so it's sort of improved these things. So you'd have to muck with that. But if you want to, a lot of times people ask, how do I upload an image and then slightly modify it? With this and with the Canvas editor, this is probably a good place to do that. Let me go back out though to the main Leonardo screen. Okay. There's these things called fine-tuned models. So fine-tuned models are, things that are trained on specific image sets, right? So if you want this particular kind of animation look, or you want pixel art, for example, or whatever, like video game components, right? So there's these models that have been trained. You can pick any of these models, and then you can go generate images within that model. Like here's one that's called Christmas stickers. So all of the images that are created with this are going to have the same kind of look and feel. You can make your own. So if I scroll to the top here, there's platform models, community models. So this is people that have made their own and shared them. And then there's my models. So these are 3 models that I've made. 2 on really bad photographs of myself that are just embarrassing. And then some photography. So I'm a photographer. If you go to kyleshannon.com, you can see my photography. But I can now generate images using my own photography as the model. And so the instance prompt is called a Kyle Shannon sky. So if I type in, I'm using my model, and then I've got this prompt that says a Kyle Shannon sky of Manhattan during Manhattan Henge at sunset. And now it's going to make me some New York City skylines with my pretty clouds in there. Of all the AI image generating AI apps, which one generates the highest quality artworks? MidJourney is the highest quality artwork, but it doesn't do text well. I'm guessing it will in the next iteration. DALL-E 3 for me is the one that's the most, it's acceptably good. Like it's really, really good. It does text well. And what I like about DALL-E 3 is you don't have to prompt it. It prompts itself. You're doing it within the context of a ChatGPT conversation. So they're very different kind of things. And then Stable Diffusion, which is what Leonardo's sitting on top of, is a whole ecosystem of open source models and LoRa's and checkpoints and just all this sort of geeky shit. You can run down rabbit holes with Stable Diffusion for days and weeks and things like that. This didn't really give me what I was looking for, but those are definitely my clouds, right? Like that's definitely my style of photography and the kind of stuff I have. So this is definitely Manhattan with my clouds on top of it. So that is Leonardo, and it's very deep now and getting deeper. Like these four modes across the top here are really deep modes in and of themselves, and then creating your own fine tuning models is a whole thing in and of itself. So there's lots of rabbit holes here. So that's Leonardo. Whoo! Wooba wooba. We having fun yet? Anybody having fun?
You can make money with ChatGPT.
Or Leonardo. Or Photoshop. Or Microsoft Word. All right. Let me look at what's going on in show and tell. Ooh, that's cool, Joker. That must be a Crea thing. Oh, it's an old AI image. That's really cool. So look at Joker. Like a year and a half ago, this is what AI image generation was putting out. Like it's gotten so much better. Amazing. The trolls, the image trolls in this channel are the best. I got a haircut today. Taters is good. Who did that? Digital gods, of course. I'm sorry, Lord Digital Gods. I didn't refer to him as Lord Digital Gods for a moment there, and I got the troll. Oh man, alive. Crazy. AI may soon require more electricity than all electric vehicles combined. Yeah, it's going to require some. Well, here's the good news. AI can solve the fusion problem, and then we can have local fusion reactors that run big GPU farms, and everything will be good. Leonardo seems like you could potentially be useful in creating case studies for a portfolio. Yeah. There's a lot there. Like Leonardo, here's the deal. Like I think the most important thing to do right now is understand what you're good at, how your brain works, and the problems you're trying to solve. And if the problem you're trying to solve is I want to see what's possible, cool, then go play with everything. That's kind of what I'm doing right now. But don't get seduced into thinking that somehow Leonardo's better than DALL-E, or DALL-E's better than MidJourney, or MidJourney's better than Adobe Firefly. All of these tools have really particular strengths and weaknesses that in any given situation, I might absolutely use Firefly over MidJourney and use MidJourney over DALL-E and use, right? All the situations are different. Same with the large language models. ChatGPT 4 is by far the best tool out there, in my opinion, as an overall tool. But if I want to do something like research, I'm going to use a thing like Perplexity that really focuses on research and citations and accuracy. If I want something that's conversational, I'm probably going to use Pi, which is optimized for conversations, right? So different situations, the different tools, they're not all the same. And people say to me or ask me all the time, like, what's the best tool? And there's no answer to that, right? It's what's the best tool for what job? For this job, it's a screwdriver, a flathead screwdriver. For this job, it's an Allen wrench, right? They're different tools. It's not that one's better than the other, but as an overall, if you only want to play with one tool, then the one to play with right now is ChatGPT 4. Period. End of story. But if you want to do art, then you run down that rabbit hole. If you want to do video, you run down that rabbit hole, right? There's also Shutterstock and Getty Images powered by NVIDIA. That would be more commercial AI images. Suzanne, also Runway ML just cut a deal with Getty. So you're going to be able to make videos now that are trained on Getty stock images, or stock videos, I assume. It's hard to compare them. It's kind of impossible to compare them. The thing to do right now is get curious and play. Not like get curious and work and learn how to do work with them. Start playing. Play with these tools. One of the things that is happening on these lives is that there's a sense of play here because I'm an idiot. But the people that are coming back over and over again are like to play, right? And so they're playing and they're sharing images, and in doing that, we're collectively learning what these tools are good at, what they're not good at, where you might take a certain kind of skill and be really good at one tool but be not as good at another tool. I missed which model is best for video. Well, let me go show you just a couple of sites. So join the AI Salon for one thing, and then go to the AI tools and resources section, and there's a video creation group of apps. And I actually don't even have stable video on here. So I guess, yeah, I'll add that. But there's a bunch of different kinds of video tools. So you've got Runway ML, Moon Valley, and Pika Labs right now are the best at text to video or image to video or even video to video. They're generating original video content based on some input. You got this tool Visla, which assembles stock video together and narrates it. So if you want to do like a business video with actual footage that's been shot by professionals, Visla is really good. But it's a completely different tool than Runway, Moon Valley, and Pika Labs. And then you've got HeyGen and DID, which are like avatar makers. And HeyGen does stuff like video translation tools, which these are just fucking crazy. I'll show you one. Here's a video.
Source of support living with rheumatoid arthritis has been speaking with other people about what they've gone through, reading a lot about the effects of rheumatoid arthritis.
So this is a product I'm putting together for my company, Storyvine. So we're an 11-and-a-half-year-old company that does video storytelling. And we work with a lot of pharmas, which are, global organizations. So they want to be able to leverage the stories that they capture in lots of different markets. Well, now they can, using the exact, video, the voice and look and feel of the original, but speaking a different language.
Mi mayor fuente de apoyo viviendo con artritis reumatoide ha sido hablar con otras personas sobre lo que han pasado, leer mucho sobre los efectos de la artritis reumatoide. So the way our system works is very modular. I can take all the components of the original video, reassemble them with new lower thirds and things like that, and then even put them into a system that will generate a Spanish transcription, Spanish description, Spanish title, and then assemble the video into a final form. Hola, mi nombre es Ellen, soy de Bellevue, Washington, y me diagnosticaron artritis reumatoide hace unos 22 años.
And then I can do that.
नमस्ते, मेरा नाम एलन है। मैं बेलव्यू, वॉशिंगटन से हूँ। 22 साल पहले रेमटॉइड आर्थराइटिस का निदान हुआ था।
I can do that for 27 languages. There's Ellen speaking Hindi. Here's Ellen speaking Japanese.
こんにちは。私はエレンです。ベルギー出身で22年前にカンチャリウマチと診断されました。私の人生で。
So that's Hey Gen. So once you start getting into multimedia with music, audio, animation, video, like it's a much more complicated space because what you're trying to accomplish, the use cases may dictate a combination of tools. In some cases, you may want to generate original video content. In other cases, you might just want to source existing stock footage and assemble that together. Like there's just all sorts of different ways. Have the AI decide, runway ML for video, have the AI decide which one is best, or will they fight each other? Listen, these are all commercial ventures, so they're all going to compete. But all of these tools are going to get really good, really, really fast. So, this is one of the philosophical things that people have been, that technologists have been talking a lot about. Is there was an engineer from Google about 7 or 8 months ago put out this piece called "We Have No Moat." So if you look that up, Google, we have no moat. What about Adobe Premiere Pro user? So Adobe's building lots and lots of AI stuff into all their tools. So Premiere's added really cool stuff, like you can edit text and it'll edit the video, it'll edit out ums and things like that. So yeah, definitely look at the Adobe stuff. They're aggressively integrating AI. What was I just talking about? I don't remember. How do you check that the translations are accurate? If I were doing this commercially, and I am going to be doing this commercially, we'll have to check it. But let me show you another video. I did a video of myself in Mandarin Chinese, and then I said on one of these TikTok lives, MOAT, Nancy, moat, as in the moat around a castle. That's what I was talking about. No moat. Yeah. So I'll get back to that. So anyway, this is one of my TikTok followers put together this video for me.
Mandarin using AI, and what he wanted to know is, what does a native speaker think? Let's find out.
我还要谈谈已经整合到 Storyvine 中的 AI 工具。
That was Kyle.
Yeah,
Do you want to
Kyle's
give us Chinese?
Mandarin is really good. It's talking about the AI, some stories.
My Mandarin is really good.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it was AI.
Yeah, it was AI.
It was AI.
It was AI.
Yeah, it wasn't him.
Oh, it's AI. Oh.
Interesting, isn't it? See, Kyle, he didn't even realize.
Yeah. So apparently the translations are like incredibly good. The article about we have no moat. What the article was basically talking about is that the open source large language models were getting really good really fast for like $100 in compute cost. Like basically the open source projects for $100 were training models that were essentially almost as good as what Google had spent $5 million training. And what they were basically saying is, we have no moat is, there's not going to be a kind of technology we can build that isn't going to be knocked off like that. And I think with software in general, that's the case, that no matter what you create now, someone's going to be able to just speak it into existence, right? So you've got some super proprietary tool that analyzes real estate data in a particular way with a particular algorithm that combines this with that and the other thing and gives you these magical fucking predictions. Okay, great. Someone else will be able to look at that and go, all right, let me screenshot the interface and I'll just dump that into a tool that's going to replicate the interface. And then let me go to some back-end tool and just say, I want a tool that takes this kind of real estate input, does whatever calculations are necessary, and generates this kind of output. And it's going to generate that. And they're going to be able to speak that into reality. So we are entering a bizarre professional environment where all the rules of all the industries are going to change, and all of the big incumbent companies are going to resist that change. So remember when Kodak, when some young punks at Kodak invented the digital camera, and they went into the big boss's office and said, "Hey bosses, we invented this cool thing called the digital camera that uses a CCD instead of film, and look, it makes a 73 pixel wide photograph that looks like shit. What do you think of that?" And the executives at Kodak went, "Son, we're not in the pixel business. I don't even know what a pixel is. We're in a silver halide business. It's about chemicals, boy. Get out of my office." And now they're out of business. There's going to be a lot of that. One of the things that excites me about the community that shows up here, there's a lot of people here that work at big companies right now that come here every night. And they are getting increasingly visible within their organization as someone who knows something about this AI stuff. It's those companies that let those voices be heard that are going to do okay. It's not going to be not a challenge, but the companies that sit back with their arms crossed and go, "Harumph. This is the agency business. This is about time and materials, son. We hire young people out of college and we charge $150 an hour for them, and that's how we make our profit. You're not going to tell me we're doing it any different." I guarantee you that conversation's happening right now in major agency holding companies. Promise you. I don't know how those companies survive when some 20-person AI-centric agency shows up to one of their clients and says, "We can deliver as good or higher quality, twice as fast, for half the price." The clients are going to go, "All right, we'll give you a shot." And if that 20-person agency delivers, that big agency holding company is going to get a call. "We're putting this account into review." I think all of the AI info that spoke about during my interview that landed me the position, wow, that's really cool. I hear about on Monday. Oh, wow, that's so awesome, Suzanne. Yeah, so listen, this is my thing. Hang out here, like come back here every night. I do this nightly. It's Saturday night. I'm here. It was Friday night, last night. I was here. Tomorrow night, Sunday, I'll be here. Come back. Get curious about this stuff. Start learning about it and talk about it. Go to the AI Salon community and start sharing stuff. Share what you're doing. Share where you got stuck. Ask questions. It's Christmas. Talk about it with your family. My family hates this stuff. Talk about it anyway. Talk about it when the neighbors come over. Talk about it at work. Talk about it with your friends. They'll think I'm weird. Okay. And you know what they'll do 6 months from now? Hey, Sally. Yeah? Could you tell me about that AI stuff that I was bitching about before? Ford, Sara Lee, and Kodak were just a few of the former Wisconsin labels, now WS Packaging. Remember that era? Yep. I used to work with the Gail Lewis. Very nice. Went from literally cutting and pasting to digital stuff begrudgingly. Yep. Oh, literally cutting and pasting. Yeah. Yeah, the changes, I remember, Joker, it's so funny you say that. I remember, this was like 1988. I was doing desktop publishing. I was doing freelance work for American Express. I was doing like annual reports using Quark Express 1.0 and like Photoshop 2. And then I got hired. I got a freelance gig in an ad agency. And I'm doing some sort of desktop publishing, just drawing like boxes and shit like that. And I remember walking down this dark hallway, and sitting in the hallway was this old dude with a white beard, and he had a big table with like an angled drafting table, and he had all these rolls of tape, all these different widths of tape. And I saw him like doing this and measuring it and doing this, and I said, "Oh, what are you doing? That looks cool." And he goes, I'm creating rules. RULES. Rules were lines. He was like literally pasting black tape on a piece of paper to draw a line, and then another piece of tape to draw the horizontal line, and another piece. And I started flop sweating because I realized that I just drew a box on the screen and it made the thing that he was like manually taping up. And I remember just thinking like, oh, that's cool. And I sort of slunk away because I realized his job is gone. He doesn't know it yet, but his job is gone. And it was like, fuck. There's going to be a lot of that. And I don't know if that guy ever got into digital or not. Like he'd clearly been in the biz for a while. He knew his shit. He was really good at it. Like, it was really impressive what he was doing. But that job disappeared overnight. And there's going to be a lot of that. Oh, you weren't begrudged. You were on the digital side. PageMaker and Ready, Set, Go. Yep. AI solves the algorithm. What can I do with AI? Lots, Evelyn. What do you want to do? What's a problem you need to solve? Like, what? I don't know what you do. If you're a project manager, it can help you come up with project plans. If you're a copywriter, it can help you ideate and edit. If you're an entrepreneur, it can help you come up with a marketing plan. So the thing to think about with AI is just a tool, and AI at this point is a suite of tools. It's many tools. What I would say is, don't think about what can I do with the tool, right? If you think about just simple tools like a shovel or a hammer, what can I do with a shovel? You can do lots with a shovel. You can dig a hole. You can smack someone in the head with it. You can, like, there's all sorts of things you can do with a shovel. There's all sorts of things you can do with a hammer. But if you need to, attach two pieces of wood together, then the hammer's probably going to help, and you're probably going to need a thing called a nail. So what I would do is start with what do you do, or what's something that you're trying to solve? And then I would say, what can AI do to solve that problem? And then in doing that, you'll figure some stuff out really, really quick. Our friends probably already think we're weird. This is just our AI era. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's funny. I've got a bunch of friends that in the mid 90s, when I discovered this World Wide Web thing, and I lost my mind with the World Wide Web, like I've lost it with AI, where I was just, it's all I talked about for years. All I talked about was the web and building shit and all that sort of stuff. And they all kind of made fun of me, and they're like, I don't get it. What are you doing? Why are you doing all this digital stuff? What's with this World Wide Web? And then, I started agency.com, this digital agency, and it got really popular and really big. And like years later, they would all say, I should have listened to you. You knew that. And now it's happening again. Those same people, I'm like, this AI shit's amazing. They're like, why are you doing that AI stuff? It's stealing. It's like they're the exact. I'm like, this is the same thing. It's the same fucking thing as I was talking about back then. They can't see it. I don't know. So that's why I'm doing this every night, is to try to get people just open your fucking eyes. Just get curious. Start playing with this shit. If you haven't had your Kevin McAllister moment yet, that one, you're not playing enough. Play. And at some point, you'll do something with one of these tools where it will melt your fucking face. And then you go, oh, I get it now. But certainly it can't do what I do. And then you ask it to do what you do, and you go, oh, fuck. Now what do I do? Now you get curious. Now you're curious. That's the moment you can't come back from with this stuff, unfortunately. Because it's like, this stuff's coming whether you want it to or not. So you can choose to be on the adventure or choose not to be on the adventure. If you choose not to be on the adventure, the storm front is still coming in. Now, is it a storm front that's a wildly destructive Cat 5 hurricane? Or does it just stir some shit up and fuck with the neighbors' houses? I don't know. But I'd much rather be on a surfboard heading toward the beach than on the beach in a flimsy little cottage right now. And that's what this channel's about. Registration marks. Oh yeah. Print major here. Flop sweating. Question mark lol. Just when you break into like an anxiety sweat where you're just like, oh shit, I can't, what do I say? I just walked out. I used to be the Quark Publishing admin. Wow. That's how I first got into creative software tech. Yeah, it's super cool. He's still there measuring tape. I think, yeah. That was you know what was funny is when I started playing with Quark Express, I had a similar kind of glee that I've got with this AI stuff. Like, this stuff excites me. I was super excited, and you can draw a box and it makes a square, and then you can print it out on a printer and you can see it, and like it was magical, right? It's it's math, but it's magic. It occurs as magic. And like I was in this sort of glib, gleeful place, and then I saw this guy, and it hit me in the face. Oh shit! This is a real thing. Like, people are going to be affected by this, and it just took on a different weight, And so I maybe that's part of what this channel's about. Is I want to get to as many people as I can to say, set down the rule of tape and teach yourself Quark Express, because it's coming. And this AI shit's coming so fast. Holy shit, it's coming fast. Ugh. I was a paste-up artist, and I bought a Mac to evolve. Yep, awesome. I schedule meetings. Heck, it's my new Grammarly. That's like asking, what can I do with the internet? Yeah, what can I do with AI? It's a broad question. Power Mac. Oh yeah, my first Mac was a 512 KE. Then I had a SE30 with a color monitor. I got myself a color card for my SE30, and I had a color monitor. Then I had a Mac 660 AV. That's what I started Urban Desires on. I've had a bunch of them. I had the 20th anniversary Mac for a while. That was pretty cool. So, someone said, what was that? Someone does not condone shovel to the head. Was that TikTok? Does not condone. Irregulars present turtles, hedgehogs. What time is it? Is it time? Oh, it's 10 o'clock. All right, I'm going to get going here pretty soon. Expand on this. Make fast cash with AI. How? Spike Jones.
You can make money with ChatGPT.
I'll tell you the answer. Do you want to hear the answer? You're not going to like the answer, but I'll tell it to you.
You can make money with ChatGPT.
These people that say this, how they're making money with ChatGPT is selling you courses on how to make money with ChatGPT. This is a false god. A false prophet. A false prophet, as well as prophet. ChatGPT is just a tool. ChatGPT is actually like 7 or 8 tools. I feel secondary sadness for the guy taping up the paper in your office. I hope he survived. I do too. Like that's what I'm saying, Cabruno. It was like the weight of the technology I was excited about all of a sudden hit me. Like it became very real. I totally agree. It's like, and that's coming for a lot of people, and it's coming for a lot of people that thought they were immune, right? I think the common knowledge about AI and robotics and things like that, it was going to take manufacturing jobs first, but knowledge workers were safe because we're us, and we're smart, and it can't do what we do, right? Yeah, you can get a robot to grab stuff, that I get. Yeah, that's going to take their jobs, but it can't replace a consultant with 30 years of experience. Oh, except it can. Right? That's the reality we're entering, is that any computer mediated job, creative, knowledge work, anything that's computer mediated is going to be dramatically impacted by this technology. And so there's a lot of people right now that don't think it's possible that these tools could do what they do. And so therefore they're going, oh, that's that AI stuff. I heard it hallucinates. It makes typos. I heard it can't add. I'm good. We're good. By the end of next year, it's going to just be a completely different story. If indeed David Shapiro's right and the rumors about Q-Star are right, AGI is effectively here. It just hasn't been rolled out yet. Now, it's possible it's not here, but if it is, and if you're new here, AGI stands for Artificial General Intelligence. It's when these systems are better than most humans at the work they do. Not as good as, better. Social influencers are being replaced now. Yeah, that too. I mean, everything. Every single... I mean, have you seen the well, I showed you the Ellen thing where she's speaking Spanish now in her voice. I did an avatar of myself talking about shit, and thanks for the education, sir. Much appreciated and obliged. Absolutely, Ron. Thank you for the kind words. Very meta. Yeah, it's a lot of meta stuff. I'm in a meta kind of mood right now. AI music is still bad unless it's combined with some human input. Yep. But images 18 months ago were unusable. Images today are staggeringly good. Music's going to go the same way. Video's going to go the same way. 3D worlds are going to go the same way. Programming's going to go the same way. Math is going to go the same way. Like, all of it. All of it. All the dominoes are going to fall. So what do those people do? I don't know. I do not know. You just described all of TikTok. I don't know what I was talking about. How-to ideas. His beard eventually got in the way anyway. Weird. I see what is wrong. It says, okay, I don't know what that is. What year did the first version of Chat come out? Well, Chat, so okay. So there was GPT-2 and GPT-3, which were the underlying, what they now call the frontier models. So the core large language model itself. And then you would build applications on top of them. So if you go play with the OpenAI's playground, what they call it, platform.openai.com/playground, you have access to their APIs so that you can build software applications to use these tools. ChatGPT is an application layer sitting on top of, the original one was on top of GPT 3.5, and that's the one that launched a year ago on November 30th. So November 30th, 2022 is the first official ChatGPT application. There are tools like, what the fuck's it called? Copy.ai, and there's there's other things that we're using the GPT 3.5 AI system. So a lot of those copywriting sites like Copy AI were using this before ChatGPT came out, but they were these really specialized Byzantine kind of interfaces for all these different prompts, basically. ChatGPT was the first one that came out as a general tool that was just as simple as the Google search box and said, ask shit here and it will do things for you. So that it's a year old. Someone tell Kyle he's got a guest request. All right. Hello.
So for those of you listening, remember, Kyle always forgets that he has his guest request turned on. This is a thing Kyle does. Hey, Kyle, how's it going?
It's good. How's it going?
Doing all right. So here's where we're at. As a very, very novice AI user who apparently has video now on TikTok. Hey, for those of you under 1,000 TikTok, the reason it's been glitching out so badly recently is because they're trying to move to a lower threshold.
Oh, really?
For video. That's definitely what's happening, because I shouldn't have video right now, but I do.
Yeah, interesting.
So you get to be treated to my wonderful driving cap.
I like your hat.
Thank you. It's my it's actually my tartan pattern from my clan. Oh, hey, there it is, right there.
Hey.
That's valid. This is my clan from Scotland back in the day, but I am an American, just to be full disclosure. So earlier somebody mentioned HAL, and this is legitimately where we're at, people. Is that I would say the majority. What do you say, Kyle? What percentage of people think that AI is HAL or the Matrix? Like, what percentage of people right now, at least in the US?
Well, 82% of the people in the US right now are not using ChatGPT. So I would say most people in the US don't even know this shit exists. So,
but they can still contemplate what AI might mean. What percentage would you say are contemplating it negatively? And I'm not these people. I want to be clear.
Almost all. So listen. Here's my thought on that. Hollywood has trained us for the past 50 years that the robots are going to kill us, right? So and this is one of those things where when you look at AI from the outside, it either looks trivially weak or it looks, absolutely terrifying. Right. And so I think people go to one of two places. They demonize it or they dismiss it. And what I've experienced and what this channel's all about is when they actually experience it, the tool becomes real. And they start to realize, oh, this is actually a tool and I can use it in some areas for good. And there's other areas where it might scare me. Like when you actually understand what this thing is, you realize most of these tools are janky pieces of shit that are profoundly powerful, right?
Yeah.
So the fact that they're janky pieces of shit doesn't mean that they're not going to transform everything. We're just not there yet. So I think the gap, what you're talking about is the gap between people's perception of what they think it is versus what it really is right now is tremendous. And then the more people that use it, the more they sort of internalize it and go, oh, I can make a beautiful story for my kids and I can put images in them. Oh my God, it's not so bad, right? And it's also got, potentially really destructive power. So it's like a both and kind of thing.
So I came on, I originally requested to talk about how you mentioned HAL. And the bottom line is, Kyle, thank you, because you make this novel stage of AI joyful.
Thank you.
I have to thank you for that.
Thank you.
Because, it's interesting. So I do a lot of religion and politics talk, TikTok, I do a lot of that. And, those things can also be very ominous, or you can find places where you actually identify with others who you assume you're not going to identify with, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I've started to bring some AI concepts into the communications I'm having on this app. And a lot of people are very scared.
Yeah, they are. And that's one of so in the AI Salon that I started, the community that I started a year ago, one of our main values is empathy. And it's very much there for a reason, that people are scared and people are angry, and I understand why. And you know, part of my mission, I suppose, is to demystify this stuff so that people can experience it. Like, I don't give a shit if people hate AI if they've used it. Like, if you've actually used it and you go, okay, it's this and that. You know what? I love illustrating things and I fucking hate image generation and I'm never going to use it. Cool, that's great. But if you just sit on the sidelines and say, you know, I hate it, right, as a concept without understanding what it is, that's where I think it's really dangerous. I think those people are just going to get blindsided, and it's going to be ugly.
So I also talk a lot in my personal life, not on this app, because, you know, I don't want to be ostracized and canceled. I talk a lot about, and yes, I did say canceled. I talk a lot about the X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
R.I.P. Stan the Man Lee.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's about being different, meaning that the quote unquote normies are going to fear you, you know, hate and fear you in many cases. And this is not the direction we want to go with society, people.
Yeah, well,
We want
it's
difference
new
to
technology.
be appreciated.
Yeah. Well, anyway, awesome. Well, good talking
Yeah.
to you. I appreciate your
Hey,
time.
thank you. Yeah. And again, I gotta shout out the Neurospicy, because Kyle, you keep it entertaining and I very much appreciate it. We're literally watching you just flesh out your like screenplays, and you'll just make, you know, a sentence or two storyline, and then we'll spend 2 or 3 hours of you fleshing that out with AI. And, you know, and the thing people don't understand is we interact back and forth with it. This is still something that is controlled by humans, and we don't have to fear it, because as Kyle said earlier, it is in its infant stages, like legitimately. This is not something to be feared. So thank you, Kyle.
Yeah, thanks a
Appreciate
lot.
you having me up.
Yeah, you got it. Take care. Awesome. All right, turn on dual camera again. Fantastic. All right, that was fun. That was a good conversation. Thank you for coming up. All I can say is I'm glad I'm close to retirement. I know, Sherry. It's like, well, you know what it is? It's like, I think for us older folks, it's like you go one of two places. You're like, oh, there's an opportunity to reinvent myself, or there's like, oh fuck, do I got to reinvent myself again? I thought we did this in the '90s. But yeah, it's a bit overwhelming at times. Like it really is. Perplexity wrote a great cover letter and resume today. Awesome. All right, let's see. You should have more random guests up. Okay, I can do that. The only thing I fear about having guests up is a lot of times we end up we had Dar the queen of TikTok come up and battle me, and it completely just like I want to find a way to have people up where I kind of know that they're coming up to talk about this shit. So maybe it's the kind of thing, I don't know, maybe we'll do it with subscribers or something like that. I haven't quite figured out a way to do it yet that it's not just a fucking chaotic hell. Which I suppose if it turned into a chaotic hell, I could just shut people off. But you know, anyway, I can reinvent myself so I can make money for my retirement account. Yep, all of us. You'll probably reinvent yourself 5 or 6 times over your career. I think this one's going to be a big one. I think the reinvention that's going to happen right now is I think it's more profound for this reason. Let's say I've spent 30 years as a copywriter, or 30 years as an illustrator, or 30 years as a project manager. I've spent my career very focused in a particular area. AI comes along and it's gonna reinvent that role, right? So it's going to reinvent me as a project manager. So I can reinvent myself within that narrow slice of the workforce. But what AI does is it levels me up in all the other tactical jobs, right? I might have been a project manager for all my life, but now I can do image generation, and I can do music composition, and I can do copywriting, and I can do consulting and strategy and like all of the things. Now, can I do them as good as someone who's been 40 years in each of those careers? No. But if it can get me to 70% as good overnight, and I don't have to go back to school to become a copywriter at, 30 years into a career, I can just flip over here and start doing that because I really enjoy that, or making art. So I think that the breadth of the reinvention that people are going to have the opportunity to do is going to be really wide. That I find really exciting, but it's also like, holy shit, what do people do? I don't know. How many people right now are at the tail end of a 25 or 30 year career in work that they don't actually enjoy? And all of a sudden, they might be able to do work they've always wanted to do, but didn't have the skills for, didn't have the education for, didn't have the access to, and now they can. Overnight. I find that tremendously exciting, but that's wild what that ends up looking like. Found this a few months ago. Really enjoying this, Kyle. Thank you. I appreciate the kind words. For now, call it the Chaos to Kyle moment show. I know. It's all this shows. This show. This channel is already fucking chaotic enough. It's like, I don't mind it though. I don't mind it. Listen, it's whatever you guys want to do. I mean, this really is about just doing this stuff in a way that serves what you guys are up to. We will all be saying wow every day starting in less than a year. One-on-one or 101, I would say on average 3 times a week for the past year have been like, wait, what? Are you kidding me? Like 3 times a week for a year. I'm just like, I can't put any more in here. It's like, what does that mean? The one from DeepMind last week, the material science thing, have you heard about this? DeepMind that discovered 400,000 new protein folding predictions that are accurate, announced in the journal Nature they have discovered 2.2 million new materials, 380,000 of which are stable crystals. Humans and computers combined prior to that had discovered 48,000 stable crystals. And overnight, they just dumped 380,000 additional ones into that world. Material science affects all of us every day. It's batteries, it's cookware, it's energy production, it's energy transmission, it's energy production, it's solar panels, it's everything. In the announcement, they said it was the equivalent of 800 years of scientific discovery happened overnight. That's like one category, uno category, that affects almost all the other categories. Like we won't know what that means for a few years. But I think scientists have already validated 800 of the 380,000, like in labs. Like The shit's real. And it's just going to be, I think 2024 is, I think you're right, 101. It's going to be a series of just dominoes falling of, oh, we can do that now. Oh, that's possible. Oh, that works. Oh, that's cured. Oh, we have AGI. Oh, we have it again.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
Hey, Siri,
I'm here.
could you go away?
Okay.
I miss Sydney. Oh my God, me 20 years at the bank and I only now found my passion. Tams, exactly. This is what I think is, I think the profoundness, it's so easy right now to focus on the negative. All these jobs are going to be lost. Tams, 20 years at the bank and I only now found my passion. I feel I just have this sense that so many people are going to dick around with AI, realize what it can do, and go, oh my God, that's what I've always wanted to do, but I didn't know it. And now they can do it. Holy shit. Now, for every one of those, are there going to be 9 that get decimated? Or are there going to be, 5 people that rediscover their humanity and their joy for 5 that are decimated, right? What's the balance going to be? I don't know. But I mean, holy shit. We're at the very beginning of this thing. Whatever happened to nanotechnology, it's still there. It's still going. And in fact, the nanotechnology, like all these stable crystals, that's nanotechnology. That's what we're talking about. 380,000 stable new materials, novel, stable crystals have been discovered and have been released to the scientific community. Go do what you will with these. So I think we're going to start hearing about nanotechnology again because someone's going to realize, oh, this is a room temperature superconductor and it's real this time. Oh, and there's 10 of them. It's like, oh, this thing leads to fusion. This thing leads to frictionless something. This thing leads to electrical properties we've never known before, but we theorized they would be there, but here they are. All that anti-gravity shit that everyone thought was a conspiracy theory, well, here it is. Like, I don't know. Gene splicing may be next. I think gene splicing will be next. I'm going to have to ask ChatGPT what a stable crystal is. Well, it just basically means it's stable, right? It's not volatile. Like there's lots of material, there's lots of things that you can manifest, but they're unstable and they break down really quick. Stable crystals it's like a diamond. It's stable. It's there. It's not moving. We're about to see a new age of technology and innovation in every sector. Yeah, I've written a couple of pieces on this. I think the age we're entering, I'm calling it the Great Renaissance. I think we're entering a creative, expressive, scientific explosion is about to happen. Like crazy innovation. Sam Altman talked about this about a year ago. He was in an interview and he said he thinks, within I think what he said was within 5 years is what he talked about in the interview. He said he thinks we're going to have a year, like in the very near future, where we will accomplish in 1 year the equivalent of 500 years of technological advancement. And then, DeepMind's material science thing, they said, this is 800 years worth of advancement, like overnight. So imagine that a breakthrough like the DeepMind thing with material science in every sector in a single year. Here's cancer, here's neurological diseases, here's paralysis, here's speech, here's blindness, here's deafness, here's all of it. Here's fusion. Here's battery tech. You can charge your battery in the same time it takes you to fill up your gas tank right now, and you'll have a range of 1,000 miles. I think we ever just live one more year, we might live forever. I forget. David Shapiro's got a name for that. It's a something threshold. That if we can survive long enough to hit the health threshold, that basically we can all extend our lives for a long, long time. Yeah, that stuff's coming. Properties are stable. Yeah, exactly. Like Element 115. Well, Element 115, Joker, I mean, we know Element 115 can exist, but it exists in an unstable state. And what Bob Lazar says is that the alien craft has Element 115 in a stable state. We just don't know how to get there yet. Well, maybe we do now. And if you don't know, Element 115 is the thing that makes anti-gravity possible in spaceships that can turn 90 degrees in a fraction of a second that would kill all of the people on board, but because they're in an anti-gravity time-space continuum bubble, they can just do that, and it doesn't hurt the people inside. So I don't know. Is that real? I don't fucking know. We're about to find out. The AI Learning Lab just turned into Conspiracy Hut. All right, let's go I gotta get out of here. It's 10:30. Let me run over to Show and Tell and see what's going on. Ooh, that's beautiful. Quick take, Jake. This is me as neurospicy. It's pretty good. Beautiful. Ooh, that's nice. What the quack? That's Danielle's cookies from her cookie GPT. Beautiful. Beautiful. KG. Wow, these are cool. Those are beautiful. Ken. Prompt. Mysterious cube craft floating above a dark, desolate sea. Wow, that's cool. I mean, so look at that image right there, right? So that's like a still from a sci-fi movie, you'll likely have seen. We are within a year of being able to speak scenes like this into existence, that either as a video game or as a narrative film or as an animation or as, a staggering print with, cool text on it. I want to see a movie that has the plot of this with this cast, with this storyline. So crazy. All right, everybody, listen, I'm going to get out of here. Let me thank the mods for modding, because what you do helps a lot and makes it a bit more sane in here. Although you got me at the helm, so the sanity is always going to be tempered by that. But let's see here. Be Not Afraid, good to see you. Digital Gods, sorry, Lord Digital Gods, great to see you. Love having you here. Spike Jones, good to see you. Apple user, as always. Firefly, thank you for your questions. Winston, good to see you. 101, Kavruno, are you taking us on a rocket ride? It would be nice, wouldn't it? We were promised aliens this past summer. I know, man. What happened to the aliens? We got to get the aliens back. It's interdimensional. Element 115, like a jet? No, not like a jet. Like a, you're here and now you're here. And that was 18,000 miles an hour. And then you're here, then you're here. You shouldn't be able to make that turn without crushing everyone inside. A jet still follows the laws of physics. Element 115, well, it still follows the laws of physics, but it's the weird physics, like the time-space warp bubbles. Silver Fox, great to see you. Papa JJ, Joker, you're the best. JRB 185. What are 1 to 2 prompts everyone should ask ChatGPT? One of them is, hey, ChatGPT, what prompt should I ask you? Wait, what about lightsabers? Probably. I assume there's some crystal in the 380,000 crystals that make lightsabers possible. I don't know. I got a degree in acting, people. I'm just looking at what's happening and trying to imagine where it's headed. I don't know anything about anything. Pate will tell you that. Imagine what the next 100 years will bring. I can't imagine what the next 10 years are going to bring, Tams. I really can't. Firefly, good to see you. Dr. J, great. A bunch of people in here. Awesome seeing y'all. T-Rock, thank you. Sky Timbo, Janu, Tams, Anima. I was reading about heart repair in Nano this week. It's not gone. Maybe the people are overlooking. I don't know. Okay, Ashu, good to see you. All right, everybody. I'm out of here. I will be back tomorrow night. I think normal time, 8 o'clock my time, Mountain. You're doing great, Kyle. Thank you, Spike Jones. I appreciate that. Sherry D, thank you. Vicky, good to see you. Seen you a couple of times this week. Great to see you. Thank you. All right, everybody. You have a good Saturday night, Sunday morning, and I'll see you tomorrow night. Bye.